Good morning, my love. How are you? Okay, where are we at? We are on Thursday, April the 9th. And what I can tell you is that now I can, we're going to have something kind of happen where we're able to see how the beginning of this week was kind of really scattered and weird and awkward and all over the place and unclear. And even like as I've listened to some of the readings that I just did, because it's been a couple days since I recorded the other ones. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never heard myself sound like that. But I can definitely tell, and this is what I was saying too about we really needed to get a little bit past this full moon to really kind of then like, okay, kind of, assimilate all that we have been juggling, even though most people probably really even can't narrow things down yet as to what all that was. But at this time, we do start the narrowing down process. And it is going to be where it's like, okay. Whereas things were maybe in the air and more confusing, now they're going to be coming down and showing you something and giving you some kind of form. One of the things, too, about having you in this state is that there's so much for us to be discovering. And I know we talked about it in the past couple days, and we have been for a while, but be aware that, this time, like I just got all these tingles all over my body. But this time it's electrical in how what you need is going to come to you when you least expect it. And it's going to be like everything. It's going to be like everything. It's everything. It's everything that shifts your energy, that gives you this new perspective, that points you in another direction, that gets you solid and grounded in knowing what you want to do and knowing you're going to do it and knowing that you don't have to buy into all these illusions and everybody's fears and everybody's what if, as most people are just so addicted to worrying about not being able to take care of themselves in the future. And that was just basically something that was programmed into people, thinking you need savings, thinking you need, all these things. And yes, they sure are nice when you do got them, and they sure are nice when you do need them. But there's something about that focus and emphasis that keeps you out of this moment. And it's only when you can finally just over generate and have it, abounding and going into savings on its own, that you're really in that vibration that keeps you in this moment and not becoming obsessed with but the future and but the what ifs and and kind of holding yourself prisoner to all that kind of stuff that could potentially happen, that absolutely potentially could, absolutely, but to be in this moment now worrying in those far off places, it just doesn't make sense. And these are the kind of things that you're going to be noticing in these changes that are going to be coming about with you. But it's suddenly going to be like, I have this right here. I am so grateful. And something about that is going to help you take the seeds that are coming to you now and really spread them far and really give them a larger base of a home to grow into. But you wouldn't have done this before. You wouldn't have sought for the things that you are going to be seeking for now. And so do be aware that a lot of those amazing insights are coming. This is going to be fun, because you're just going to be, there's a lot of things too that I'm seeing with technology or things that just, even how maybe years ago you couldn't figure out how to do something, and now another company has created that, and this will help you do all your things better. Be open to a lot of people's solutions, or a lot of the little brilliant insights are coming as ways to help them do their work, bringing in the people, bringing in the inspiration, whatever it's going to take to really get you in a comfortable position of where you are now in life and sharing what you have to share from that point of where you are in life. And it's really funny as I said that, because I was seeing how I've always said that I don't agree with people who say you can put your stuff out there at any time. You have it in you. Do it now. Someone's going to want that. I've always been so completely against that, and I still completely am. There's timings in the universe. There's all these things that we have to honor, and our egos are the one, and money is the one that's going to be getting us to plant that seed in everyone, saying, no, you can do that. No, you can do that. There's something with your ego or with money that is having you teach that lesson. Because truthfully, in the same way a 2-year-old cannot do what a 12-year-old can do, it's the same with you. And just because you're an adult, you can think, no, we can do anything. We're all in this. We can do it all right now. Right now, today, you can do it. All those other teachers and big people who've worked decades to become. No, you can do it now because your ego, and somebody's going to say, pay me and I'll coach you to do this. And I'll push you out there and get you doing it. So it's money or it's ego. But in reality, no. Everything has its perfect timing, and we are supposed to honor those things. And it's really only the pursuit of money and the pursuit of getting attention that moves us out there before the proper time, that gets us eating our cake that's not fully cooked and just deciding to have, well, part pudding is good too, when you could actually wait and have this big, huge, puffed out cake. But anyway, what this energy was saying is that you do have something to offer right now. We just need to recognize, we just need to recognize that we have dreams for where we want to be. And then we have the reality of where we are right now and where we are excelling and exalted right now in serving in the world. So we always are having dreams that we eventually want to acquire and live out. And it's important to realize that we don't have to think we have to live those all right now, or something's wrong with us because we're 24 and we're not this exalted teacher leading millions of people forward in the world. Everybody wants the ego and the money, and the ego satisfaction and the money to buy all these things that you think will bring happiness. And like what we've been talking about this week, from someone like me who can read all that energy, that leads to a flat soda pop. It leads to no fizz in life. It leads to this thing that we've been manipulated through our mind to chase after, but it leads to nothing you really want to be taking in reality. And those things you have to keep filling because they're not really grounded in what you really want. The ego stuff and the money stuff, you have to keep filling them, and you have to keep filling them, and they're existential almost. They're not there. They're not ever, even like with likes or social media and all that kind of stuff. Like, you get like so addicted to all these kind of things, but that doesn't mean anything. And I've actually even been kind of separating myself from it, because I know that in the world now, you have to have it to generate income or, to really get your things out there. But I can't stand how much it keeps me tied into it. How much it requires. And I've really been kind of like just deciding to do my own things and create my own way and just send out a new ripple and see how it goes, because I don't want to be enslaved to this. And I have friends that are artists who they'll go off and make all these things, and then they'll come back for a few days, or come back for one day and share it all, and everybody buys it, and then they go off again for 3 or 4 days or a week, and then they come back. And like, for them, social media is just like this, here I am, and now I'm going to go off and live my life. And me personally, where I am right now is I'm missing that kind of life that I know a lot of my friends have. Because right now it's every day. It's the readings at 7 a.m. It's the da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da. And I'm not a monotonous person at all either. So it's been hard for me to just be like, you have to do this, you have to do this. And I've just been kind of like, fuck it recently. And yeah, all the algorithms are I'm so low now, like Instagram doesn't share me with anybody now, but I'm just like, whatever, numbers or whatever, let them all go down, whatever. Well, oh, people are upset because they're not getting free things, whatever. I've been like, not allowing myself to like partake in this thing that's actually kind of sucking me, sucking the life out of me. And even in the little ways that I've changed in the past week, it's really opened up my life. Like now I'm not going to bed going, okay, is the post scheduled for tomorrow? Like I'm like, whatever. Like I completely like altered my whole life by just shifting a little bit of things like with what I'm giving with that. But these are the kind of insights that will come to you that like, this is important for you, choose you, value yourself, make this change, so be aware that those insights are going to come and it's everything you need. And the moment you make those little shifts, the energy is going to completely change. So with this new energy that's here, it even feels like there's placement is different. And I don't really know what that means, but it's definitely different. Things are different. But right now, what you just need to be aware of is that it really is about if you can open to it, you can create it. And it's basically like the old world is so gone that we're only going to keep it held up by thinking about it. And we're only going to keep it held up by continuing to support it. And we're only going to keep it held up by worrying about it and falling into the anger of it and the resentment for it, and really kind of still continuing to tell that story and to affirm it in our lives. So it's important now that we recognize that the new is what is here, but we have to embody it to get it stronger. We have to be it to spread it. We have to be it to share it, to show it, to influence others to see, hey, you could be living in this other way. Did you know that? But still, the times will be very, very murky because it's not like the old world just goes away. That doesn't get to happen. It now is going in another direction. Kind of in the same way if you think about Mercury retrograde, you go all the way back and back and back and back, but then you got to now go back where you just were and go over it again from this other perspective. And that's kind of what we'll be doing as we bring forward the new ways for how we would rather things be done. So do be aware that a lot of people can feel this energy as really deep and powerful in how it can shift you, in how these things can move you, in how you are going to have strong boundaries of a no and strong boundaries of a yes. And this is my voice, and this is how I feel, and this is what I want to go towards. And I don't want to keep buying into these things that don't feel like they're working. And if you're going to be letting things go, do it. Don't be worried about it. Just, like what I did, that's what people will tell you you don't do. And I'm like, whatever. I'm so sick of following all these things that ultimately all my money goes towards, all my time goes towards, all my attention goes towards. And I'm kind of like, wait a minute. I want to use my gifts in a different way where I'm being more valued and where I'm having more time to really go out there and bring more things to you instead of being like enslaved to social media and the upkeep of keeping up with the algorithms. It's not like keeping up with the Jones anymore. It's keeping up with the algorithms. But anyway, yeah. That sound I just made looked really, really cool on the recording thing. Like, that's where when I just fall into not thinking about things, different sounds come out of me. I'm definitely a sound maker. Okay, but anyway, let's see. Let's see what else. You know what? I think we're going to stop with there. I think I told you enough. We're going to be back tomorrow, so I'll tell you more then. Okay, but I love you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Okay. Okay, bye.